Greetings and welcome back to Frostpunk 2 once more. Now we continue onwards with the new London, the year 1919 it is, and the first whiteout is on the horizons officially. That also means that things are getting a bit nasty right now. What is going on over here? There is an event that we can see right away. Oliver O'Sullivan. The stalwarts have begun automaton patrols. That is something that we've decided last episode. That should also increase my workforce just a tiny bit more. Not that we really need that much workforce going for us right now. Now we are endorsed by the Frostlanders and by the Stalwarts. These are opposite factions, which is interesting, right? And both of them like us enough right now. With that, we could also activate these special ability mobilize automaton forces. I'm going to wait on that though a bit longer. Now, what do we need really? We're getting the oil over from our dreadnought right now. In this case, what I can see, we are not even at the maximum, right? So I can push it up a bit further now that we have the additional extraction zone up and running in at the old dreadnought. This leads, however, first of all here to an increased material demand. So let's just get a few materials over. An increased food demand since we have now more people in the old dreadnought colony, and an increased goods demand. So let's just get this one up as well there so it's a bit stable. With that, we have, however, a goods shortage now in New London. Now we are also at the maximum of the 250 oil that we can transfer, right? So we will need to work on some capacity increase in this case here. Now let's just check it out how we can now tackle these issues that we have right now. One of them is of course the goods production over here. For this we can build of course a second salvaging factory now. There is also another one here that gives me the recast composite factory, gives me a huge boost to my materials, but I think we don't need this right now. A second salvaging factory is what I want. With that, we solve the goods problem, get us more prefabs in than ever, and that should lead to, yeah, everybody being really happy. No kidding. It's Frostpunk, of course. No one is ever really happy in this game. Stockpile the 30,000 oil. That is something we're going to do. Biggest issue for me right now, of course, is the steam cores. We need one more if I want to construct the generator surplus injector. This will be very tough. We are finishing the Frostlands right now as well. There you go. Salvaging factory, by the way, online. We still have enough materials with that. Very good. And let's just move over to that new zone. 2 cores. Look at that. And food. Let's take that. It's a risk though. Some nomads have left a circle of strange machines around the single jarred body. Forget hope is carved into each machine, some of which contain useful cores. Our scouts claim the parts are cursed and should be left where they lie. And we do lose a bit of trust. But that's what I need to do here anyway. Let's get this over. Can we see the trust right away? No, the trust loss is still not there. Research-wise, where should we go next? I'm inclined to go with the pump checks now. This will, however, cost me steam core that I don't have. Probably the best idea is to go with skyways. This will increase the capacity of which we can transport goods between the colonies. And of course, we are already at the limit for the oil, so this is a very sensible expansion here. The outsiders. Stuart, it seems some of our citizens are profiteering from outsiders trying to get into the city. We caught smugglers with a freezing and disoriented group of people. When warm, fed, and questioned, they spoke of the grim reputation our city has. It's the only generator there is, but we've heard stories of what some of the guides do to people trying to get in. What should we do? Set the rules for entries or dismiss the problem? Let's set the rules. I'm surprised that we don't have them yet. Didn't we set them? No, there's no common rules. Did it reset? Accept all outsiders, only allow the productive ones. Of course, that's my go-to usually. I like it. And let's just see who we could take on our side. With the Frostlanders, we're in good terms. With the New Londoners, we actually have a bad reputation right now. So I might try to appease them with some kind of promise. Advanced fracturing pump check. That is actually something we need, right? Blast foundry. No, let's go with the advanced fracturing pump check. It's just the researching. We don't need to build it. We just need to research it. And this will raise my reputation with them as well. Once fulfilled, of course.
The votes are in.
Perfect. With that, trust rises again to all new highs. And now we have just this promise. So in 10 weeks, we finish the Skyway. How much time do we have? 39 weeks. We have plenty of time to finish this research and then start the other one. Very good. One problem here, the material is actually running out in 38 weeks. So I will need to work on a deep metal there too. The thing is, we get 2 steam cores in. That means actually I do have capacity for 1 additional deep metal production. Let's just wait for the scouts to arrive. There they are. Very good. There's the trust loss now. Alright. And yeah, let's go ahead and build me the central center generator surplus injector. That's great. That's my mission. And the other one is now the deep melting drill. We can also build one of these buggers now. But I think we might be out of heat stamps. Yeah. 80 heat stamps though we should be having quickly. Oh yeah. The material demand is though pretty steep for this. So an upgrade to my material production is needed. Yeah, here would be possible. Increases my heat demand again though. I'd rather upgrade the materials so that we have. Talk of a protest. Relationship with the pilgrims have become unbearable tense. What should we do? Research the mandatory unions. Just research it? Okay, it's just a research here. Let's go with this research. Problem though is now we have a bit of a queue here of things, right? For researching stuff. I may consider pumping out more research. There it is. Trust will fall with that though. Still, let's go ahead with that. We can afford it. There's the oil pumps. We have them. Very good. There it is, surplus injector. We can now activate this one here and burn all excess fuel to increase output of all districts up to 15%. The bigger the surplus, the bigger the output increase. So that's, I guess, a good thing. We're not burning more fuel though, right? We're not. Okay, new Frostland upgrade proposed by the Frostlanders. This one's now active. Do we have the stockpile? We have the stockpile, so I can actually now get the oil back again, right? Because I was reducing this for the promise. Let's go back to this one. And the warmth our upgraded generator now pumps through the veins of the city is unprecedented. People take off their layers, testing the air with bare skin in disbelief. The dream of feeling warm again is real, unless the frost tests us again. Alright. And now we just need to survive the incoming whiteout. We are also helping the nomads and mandatory units advanced fracture pump check. There it is. Oh, there is another wave of survivors. Thank you very much for nothing. And we have also researched the skyways. So now we're working on the... There would be the promise here. But I think we go with the advanced pump check promise first. That we have here. 200 heat pumps. That's a lot. And 15 weeks it will take for this to research. That's with the boost already, by the way. Whew. It's actually quite harsh. Quite a long time there. Now we have the laws again. I think there is... Nah, I'm not going with that. We don't have any law right now that we need to sign. And yeah, unfortunately, also another housing district is needed. Let's just see where we can have it. We don't get the bonus anymore from the generator. We can, however, now combine it with the food district over here, right? But we will need to frostbreak a bit more if I want to book it here. I think it makes the most sense in this area because the food always takes the most heat, right? During a storm as well. So we can check it up here right now outside of the storm. It's already the biggest consumption of heat together with my extraction zone over there. And there's the frostbreaking coming. Very good. And now we can build that food district here with maximum adjacency bonuses. 3 to the food and then 2 to the housing, but we can still expand it to 1 more time, right? Let's just do this. And I wonder if we can actually get a heating hub in here stable. That would be fantastic. So something like that. Yes, we can actually also reach the food district and 2 housing districts. So that would be a nice boost to all of this. This would be probably the most sensible thing to do. Workforce we have. Material demand is pretty high for this one. But we are looking very good on heat anyway, so let's not do it for now. There's the housing coming. Very good. And with that, we need to expand it a bit further. So I'm going to take this one in now. There you go. And after this expansion, we'll need to do 1 more. There you go. And you can expand it a 2nd time. Let's go around here. Right, and with that, the city has clashed now with the food. And we have it all stable here. Very good. Yes, we're running out of the materials. That's my next target. We have actually the money. So in this case here, I could get the deep melting drill now going. Let's do this. This is actually also the mission that we had. And I still have my scouts working for me. So let's just see where we can have them working. Harvesting some food is always a good idea. But in that case, I would like to find me something more. There is Steam Course. It's a dangerous territory though. That is safe and has materials. Let's go for this. There's no other option anymore right now outside of that. Because everything else is just very... dangerous, and there's already the whiteout. It will probably hit my dreadnought first, right? Or will it actually spare the dreadnought? It looks like it. Seems like there is no whiteout coming for the dreadnought. The new Londoners are delighted you kept your word. Trust increase. Mandatory unions is my next research. This is a radical idea, I think it is. No, it's not. And it's only 5 weeks of research. Yes, only 5 weeks. How's it looking here? There's a bit of housing missing, what I can see. Also build us another housing district and somewhere here. I will also need to, yeah, frost break my way a bit. There's a prefab right in here. That is just annoying. Because you cannot build on that. So I can build it here though. At least I'm trying here. With some adjacency bonuses. To get the housing in for these people. There will be some squalor, but that should be fine. Let's actually get the housing bonuses up here to the max, right? And then here. And one squalor, but at least the heating is also coming in. Pilgrimage demand has also been met. Very good. The next research. I wanted to go for something else. Wasn't there something else we wanted to go for? There it is. Base heat demand of food districts is significantly decreased. Usually a very long research, but since we have the boost still going, let's go for this right away. And there it is. That's tight. Let's actually expand it once more. Yeah, let's take the squalor in. I don't really care about the squalor that much in a small zone like here. It's not that severe. Alright, let's go back, because here we are facing some problems now, and we have rallies in support for us. That's always great. Empowered by your support, the students have extended their activities to a new district. What should we do? As always, I usually like to go for the heat stamp income increase, since we are always low on heat stamps on this difficulty. I'm actually going to deactivate the pumps right now to stockpile more coal, right? Because, I mean, it's looking really good here, but in that case... Of course, coal is the most important one, right? Because we have the oil pumps running. That brings up an idea here, actually. If I get more, I could send the coal over that we have here, right? Because we don't need them in New London. I need the oil, though, that we have. So that might be something. And by the way, we should also, there it is, Skyway Construction, have this enabled now. So I can go in and, need one more Frostpunk team. Then we could do this. Probably after the storm. To raise capacity. The pilgrims have decided to send the strongest travelers out before the whiteout to search the surrounding area for supplies. With their parkas as their shield, they intend to walk the Frostland unscathed, ununited under one tent, and guided by their prophet's vision. Alright. Yeah, supply their journey. We do have the food. I could still get more food on the outskirts, right? And we have plenty of food. Should be fine. Actually, I'm not too certain about it, but we should still be fine. The advanced hothouse we could still go for if I had a core. Alright. Housing is fine. It's all fine right now. Trust could be better. And I could also think about promoting these guys here. That would at least reduce the radicalization, but it would make them stronger too. Let's rather not go for it right now. Frostlands. What do we get? Material stockpile here. There's a shipwreck camp. And over here, oh, here we have actually a settlement that we could do. Broken chains hang from the gunwale of a wrecked prison hulk founded by the escaped convicts who swore all residents would be equal. Our scouts say the settlement is in chaos with different laws and practices behind each bulkhead. Alright, we need to reinstate here an old leadership or a new leadership before we can actually access this one. That's interesting. Out here... This one's a safe one. But, you know, we actually have now the workforce, so I may also want to just get me my skyway going if I can do this. There you go. Takes 2 weeks. And with that, we'll be able then to increase the capacity here of this dramatically. And nomads placated. Very good. They were clearer in haste. They took great care to avoid the sight of the graves we desecrated. They siphoned the oil into a wagon to take back into the Frostland. They left with seemingly kind words. All is forgiven between us. This shelter is now your shelter. Our graves are now your graves. Very good. And we have delivered the 30,000 oil, and they continue their journey. Okay, something is breaking apart here. We are not in the whiteout yet. I just love, though, how the weather gets more intense just before the whiteout, right? So, more snow, more wind, you can really feel it. The heating, very good, has arrived. So we are now... This is a great upgrade, by the way, from 140 heating demand down to 50, right? And this leaves us now with the last mission that we have for now. Survive the whiteout. I think everything else is in check. We are also full on materials. I may actually go for the excess fertilization just for the storm. Right, boosting my food output there a bit. While we can afford it. Health-wise, sickness is absent, so there's no problem here. Really? Just before the storm once again? I mean, I should actually calculate on this now all the time. Because it always happens. A wave of survivors just before the storm. Yeah, probably here. Just along the other housing district. Might also combine it here with the industry zone a bit. To get those people some shelter. We do, by the way, should... I mean, I have no idea how long this mission here goes. Housing district. If I build this, we get another 20 shelter, and I don't need to build new districts all the time. Because that is getting quite annoying right now. Disease is slightly increased. The dense housing block, the housing block normal, is probably the best option that we have here. Because it comes with no penalties. This one needs to be upgraded again. We're now very close to the whiteout. Any second. And we should definitely finish this. Because otherwise people die on the streets. We need one expansion. And the rallies end as the frost arrives. Look at that food consumption during the storm. The goods is fine. Oil is actually also fine. Can we do this now? What would it do? Nothing. It's just for the excess that we have, right? But other than that, nothing. We can actually survive 70 weeks with the oil we have right now. I can, of course, also just activate the overdrive now to stay a bit happier. There you go. And then there's the main problem with the food now. So the fertilization actually does not work during the storm. We can survive 19 weeks with that amount of food, which is not enough, right? Because that storm will last 30 weeks. So I do need to activate the emergency shifts here at the cost of course, my trust levels. With this, we can stretch it to 21 weeks. That could be fine. So the 10,000 food we spent to the nomads, to the Frostlanders, actually hurts us now quite a bit. But that's what goes when you want to make it right for everyone. Can we actually harvest? Because it seems like, look at that, the storm is actually not touching the dreadnought. So we have excess food here, so we could send this over, of course, to New London. The housing block has been finished. And can I actually harvest something and get the food over right away? Since, oh, there's 75,000 food stockpile. We can take it back home, so he's actually on its way now with that amount of food. That might just save the day then. Let's not activate the emergency shift here anymore. We don't need it. Housing, yeah, that's just how it goes. New laws we don't need. I could build me one of these housing blocks now, right? There it is. No props. Everybody has housing now. There's my Frostlanders coming in, and with that we are totally stocked on food. 93,000 food available. Very good. Stuart, over the howling winds of the whiteout, the pilgrims have accused the stalwarts of indoctrinating pilgrim children into the youth program. Since the other pilgrims left, kids began leaving for the stalwarts in droves. Pilgrims assert that the stalwarts are trying to swear the children into their ranks. But the stalwarts maintain that these children had been abandoned, left adrift with no role models to guide them. There was no ill intent. Trust rises, relationship worsens with the pilgrims. That's okay. It's already bad with them. We still have one Joker in hand, right? And also, by the way, here we are good with the Frostlanders, so we could actually de-radicalize the pilgrims now. There is though a problem with that. If they go to riots at some point, using this will dissolve the riots, right? Because I still have this Joker in hand here now. If I de-radicalize now, there's no way for me to end the protest. So I'm actually going to keep it at that level right now. Tension? Why would there be any tension? Notable squalor. Alright, we have a new mission. Let's go in and actually get the filtration towers going. Squalor is significantly decreased. Needs a bit more workforce, but workforce is the least of my troubles. We can go full workforce actually. Okay, looking at the last week now for the whiteout. Things are looking glorious. Oh, by the way, let's deactivate the overdrive. At this point, more accidents would happen. We have plenty of oil to work with. And also, now we can get more oil over, right? So there you go. More oil over than ever. Thanks to the skyways that are activated now. Yeah, it's red lighting here now. That's because the tension is severe at this point. We may be looking down on a riot soon. The new hydraulic pump check is there for more oil. What else was there? There it is, the advanced one. There is my filtration tower. Let's build one of them. And housing, filtration. Yeah, somewhere here to reduce the squalor. This will also reduce tension then quite a bit. And what was else? Diseases. Yeah, we don't have a hospital yet, right? Should also have worked on that a bit before that. Highest heat demand. Slightly disease, slightly decreased only. We don't have any other option here. Let's go with the one that has a higher workforce requirement, since we can afford workforce investment. There's the moss. This will actually be coming out now. I think, yep, there it is, significantly decreased already. This should solve the problem. And the storm leaves.
Has been reduced this week only.
Steward.
And we have survived the whiteout. Life inside the city is now warmer than New London has ever known. People walk the streets in disbelief. They can remove shawls, coats, layers of clothes that for so many years were necessary, even in the best of conditions. Now they appear like old skin. It's warm. People look at each other as if in a dream and wonder whether it can possibly last. Probably not. These people are angry by default. And ice turns to steam as the whiteout wanes, but it's clear that we are far from keeping New London warm. The whiteouts are not gone. What will we do if the horrors of the whiteout years return, ask the stalwarts. If we want to withstand them without fear, we must improve the generator even more, and that will require a great deal of cores. Dozens. We only know of one site with so many cores, the metal rules of Winterhome's ruined generator. And our current generator will not be enough. We need to colonize Winterhome to get more cores. And there we have it. Colonize Winterhome. The ruins of it. Chapter 3. Past the gorge, in the Cursed Valley, lies the failed city of Winterhome. Our scouts have avoided the ruins for years, yet without its cores, we cannot upgrade the generator to its full potential. We must reach for Winterhome and chart the area around it. We should take the time to prepare resources and workforce. Returning to Winterhome will pose significantly set challenges. Just as expected. We do already have a logistics zone over there. That we can upgrade then, right? So after this research, we're probably going for the scout one. And then we have our logistics over there that I'm going to upgrade now. I cannot do this, really? Just actually frost break here so that we can get 40 teams then active, right? That's probably what we need. What's going on with my oil? Why is it not there? Huh? Oh, we're using that for heating, of course. Of course we want to, however, stockpile oil, right? There's a 2 times temperature drop coming in already. So, yeah. Goodbye. We're also running out of food. I do have still food stockpiled. A handful of desperate pilgrims gathered in front of the generator earlier today. One spoke of the gathering crowd as they painted themselves in oil. She detailed a different plan for Winterhome. We cannot destroy Winterhome for its course. We must settle it. We must adapt. This is our last chance to make you hear us, Stuart, so we must be loud. And with that, they set themselves alight. Rescue teams were able to save the would-be martyrs, but our people are clearly shaken by the immolation. Spin the narrative. Clearly, these are disturbed individuals. Will help our people see that. Let's do this. I mean, in my opinion, the pilgrims are crazy, so there's no reason to actually help them. I do need food. I do need food. We're running out of it. I don't have any cores left. Let's go for... Can we do this now, please? There you go. There you go. Let's wait for this teaching hospital to come in too. By the way, I could fund them now here. Now let's not do this for now. And let's go for the upgrade for my frost lens with the scout. Oh, we have it already. I'm sorry. I thought we didn't have it yet. Let's build it. We have one over here already. Is that right? Yes, there it is. So we could build a second one now to further reduce the strain of it, right? Because we still have dangerous territory. There it is. So I do need to have another one of these scout headquarters. Let's have it on the other side. Workforce requirement is pretty steep on this, but everything else is fine. What's going on with the goods? Why do we have all of a sudden a goods shortage? Get out there again. Should never have a good shortage in New London. And then there's the food thingy. Do we have too much food right now going to my colony? Nah, it's okay. So let's actually rush for some cores here. We have 40 teams. We can now scout even more than ever. There's a course waiting. So let's go ahead and scout this one right away. And then we have the mission, find the Winterhome ruins. Oh, I don't know where they are. They might be here in the gorge. Yeah, there it is. But there's still the whiteout over there, right? So there's still the storm over there. We could use that time to scout something else. The high pass. Let's go for it. It's right beside it. There might be more steam cores. Food is now disabled. And the cold season is upon us. With that, we still have an oil surplus. Very good.
Prepare accordingly.
Oil is okay. There's more temperature drops coming. Can we do anything else for heating? Heat dispatcher. We already have the advanced pump check. I don't have coal. Generator upgrade 3. 40 steam cores. That's probably where we're heading with this mission here, by the way. But it's not necessary now. Okay, let's work on the alcohol. The stalwarts would like to have it privatized. Trust rises with that. Let's go ahead. That would be something. I would also fund the Frostlanders once. Very good. Endorsement. And with that, we can de-radicalize the pilgrims at least once. Because they were already level 2 now. So this is something. Stuart, a large group of people has set up camp outside the city. My daughter is alone out there, so that's the other side of the productive outsiders. For now, I'm not going to relax it because we're already strained on the food, right? And I definitely can't afford more for mouths that I need to feed. That's not going to happen. I'm a bit at a loss right now. We're scouting, of course. But where could I get more food? The Dreadnought doesn't have it. Now, I'm confident actually once we find the cores, we should be fine, right? Here we actually don't need to do anything. I mean, we're a bit low on the coal. We have the generator running here on both though, right? We're out of coal also in... No, we are not. We just cannot send coal over. Let's reduce the oil. But I can already see that we're going to need an additional extraction zone here. This one's working. We have one more down here. So let's actually start the frost breaking. Yeah, we need to do this 2 times for 1 more oil. And since there's so much oil waiting, we might as well just build a second hydraulic pump jack. Or at least a normal one. For the workforce, yeah. Pilgrims protest, there it is. Further division. Convince them to stop. What? They want to demolish a deep melting drill? Are they crazy? What is going on with these guys? We need to research the weather adjusted shift and research the Pathfinder Scout. Alright, we don't need to put it into effect, right? Doesn't look like it. Might actually just go for this. And due to poor relationship, the pilgrims have begun the protesting. There it is. In that case, let's try and build me a second research center. It's only 20 heat requirement. Speeding up research. Right, so after the privatized alcohol. There you go. We can now go ahead, weather adjusted shift. Because we really need to finish this quickly here. And it only takes 6 weeks now also for the Pathfinder scouts. And really, they're just disabling a housing district. So all they do is really setting people out into the frost. Because they're now homeless. That's on them, really. Who actually likes this group? 9% of my city. Okay. Scouting has been finished. That's important. Prefabs. 3 cores. That would be 3 cores here. That's just once again that. Okay, our scouts have met the wise woman for which these hills are famed. Some of are in fact New Londoners who left during the captain's first days. They would be pleased to return. However, some of the captain's most loyal followers consider these women traitor and think they should remain exiled. They, however, have the steam cores. It's only 500 of them. And we can afford this, right? Because on the other hand, over here we have a research station. And inside the abandoned research station, our scouts found a circle of frozen naked bodies. Nearby sat a pile of stalwart uniforms. The station has fallen into disrepair. We could salvage it for prefabs, but the stalwarts would prefer that we destroy all evidence. Let's do this, because that counters that, and we can improve the relationship with the stalwarts again. And I do need those steam cores. There it is, right? Very good. Because with this, we can now go ahead and make this an endless food district. There's the Pathfinder. Weather adjusted shift is the next in line. Oh, actually it's something that the frost... Oh, the frost has to, yes. But it's a horrible thing. So we're just going to research it. We're not going to set it into law. There's the food again. Perfect. Surplus of food. And I can just expand now my hothouses, right? We have the bio-waste still going. So we can, of course, also go for the advanced bio-waste now. So this will pump out even more food. And of course, I'm going to do this right away. There you go. Because we want to stockpile more food. Have to grant them the agenda now? Privatized alcohol, there it is. Some people don't like it. The New Londoners would be in favor. Construct a deep melting drill. We don't need one more. Heat dispatcher, that's a quick research. There you go. That makes everybody a bit happier again. And also my pockets, because we have now 21 heat stamp income. So far so good. New London survives. We now need to find Winterhome and continue onwards then in the next episode. Stay tuned.